The Joe Rogan Experience.
Look, can I ask Eddie this? Because me and Eddie have been going back and forth in the text. Why would, if I'm a conspiracy guy, why would they do this, Eddie?
What? What's the question?
You know what I'm talking about.
No, what's the question?
Why would they do this?
Like, why
do you
what?
think they would fake a disease?
Or make such a big deal out of it? For Trump, I know Trump, it hurts his...
There's so many theories.
Some people think it helps him.
There's so many theories.
The way he's handling it?
Yeah. Some people think he's handling it well, but there was a woman from, I forget where she was from. I want to say... Anyway, she was a press lady who asked a question like why his administration disbanded the pandemic office. And he didn't know about it. And so he turned to some other guy that was on stage with him. He's like, do you know about this? Like, why did we do you know? There's a lot of people in my administration. He's like, I don't know what they, but I did a lot of good things. And he goes, and we saved a lot of people and stopping travel, saved thousands of lives. And he told her it was a nasty question. He's like, nobody fucked up more than Joe Biden, though, when he got in that argument with that guy on the floor of that argument that he got with the union worker.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Well, Biden has said that they're going to take away certain guns. He said that.
This is recent?
No, he said that in interviews before. And this guy was confronting him on it, and he called him a liar. And, it wasn't good.
Anybody talking about like making our guns smaller, and they're like spending time with, we need smaller magazines. You guys got 15. We need to drop it down to 9. Like,
right.
Anytime anybody says anything like that, I'm like, I don't fucking trust you at all. Why are you worried about the size of my magazine, you fuckface? I'm trying to protect my family. Who cares if I have 15 rounder? Oh, we need smaller guns. We need less ammo. I'm like, anytime someone says anything like that, you're already done with me, dude. If you're like you're spending time on the size of my guns.
But I know what you're saying, but hold on a second.
You're done, son.
I know what you're saying.
You're done.
Okay, I know what you're saying, but hold on a second. You're looking at it logically. You're looking at it like that's his real feelings. The problem is when something comes along, politicians have to make a move. They have to do something in response. They have to have a response for a crisis. And if they don't have some sort of response, they don't have some sort of response in terms of take away some of the guns,
like
lock some of the guns up. You have to have a response.
You have to do
I
something.
get that. I get that.
But hold on, man. But it's not logical. I agree with you that like saying you're gonna shut down the amount of rounds, or you're gonna if you're trying to stop a mass shooting, a more effective way would be better mental health. That'd be a way more effective way. And then
it's common sense.
Yes,
common sense. It's good. Like okay, some kid shoots up a fucking mall. Now I got to give up my guns. Your guns are too big. Like, how does that make sense? I'm just trying to protect my family against any motherfuckers coming in. And now you go, oh, your gun's too fucking big. We need to me, that's some. Of course, that's not what you're worried about. The overall goal is to take the guns totally. But I see what you're doing. You're going piece by piece, inch by inch. That's what I see.
And if there was a grand conspiracy, that's what they would be doing. But what they're doing is they're politicians, and the left generally wants gun control. And then when people want to appease to people, and
I don't want to hear any.
I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that it's more of a political ploy.
No,
it's a game. It's a game.
I don't care. So as soon as soon as you're into gun control, I don't want to hear anything else you say.
I think what's weird is
boom, that's it. You're done.
Okay.
Out of all the people in America, like, you give me a choice of Bernie Sanders or fucking Biden. Like that, these are the guys.
Well,
these
not
are
only
the best
that,
we
it
have to
doesn't
pick
even
from.
seem like it's Bernie Sanders anymore.
He's out.
It seems like he's basically out.
That's such a bummer.
You know what? They're not talking about. What if I wouldn't be surprised if some like so-called experts said, hey, listen, if we eliminated all the tax scams going on throughout the United States and all Congress, if we eliminated all that shit and really put our tax money to work, and we had some tax force making sure that the tax money isn't siphoned out and scammed on and all these scams, if we eliminate, I wouldn't be surprised if a straight flat tax of 15% would cover everything beautifully. If it was just managed. No one's talking about managing. They're talking about raising taxes. They're already stealing all our money, and now you're going to raise our taxes more? Why don't we figure out who the fuck is stealing all our money, and then we worry about raising it? Let's just eliminate the scams. Eliminate the scams, and then figure out, I bet if we fucking clean out the scams, I bet we're paying way too much.
What are scams?
Dude, there's scams going
tell me
all
what
over
they
the
are
place.
that cost
that
money.
Shit that Biden was fucking bragging about on video on the CFR that you could see on YouTube. Those are the scams that are going on.
Well, you're
everywhere.
talking about them getting paid by foreign governments, right?
Dude, they're scams. All our tax money is being scammed. So they're talking about we need more tax money.
Yeah, but it has to go to something, Eddie. Like the tax money, like something has to pay for the fire department. Something has to pay to fix the street.
For sure.
Something has to pay to hire the police.
100%. I'm down with that.
But there's
of course,
the
I'm down with that.
costs of all
I'm
those
down.
things.
That's not what I'm talking about.
It's tremendous.
I'm talking about there needs to be a fucking task force that monitors where this fucking money is going, and are people siphoning and scamming and.
Well, they certainly could be.
That's what they need to be talking about. They're talking about more tax. It's obvious that we're being scammed left and right with our money. Our money's being scammed. That should be top priority. Like, who's stealing our money? Let's have a task force. Let's figure out where all this tax money's going and how all these politicians are fucking writing these bills to siphon off money into their foundations. Let's look into that shit. And then I bet when it's all said and done and we clean that shit out, I bet if everyone just throws in 15% flat, everybody's good.
That seems
and
Eddie, that seems like something an economist would have to sit down with a mathematician, and they'd have to work this out, and it would take months and months.
That's my guess.
Yeah, but that's a ridiculous thing to say.
No.
I don't know if you're right.
It's ridiculous.
15%?
Ridiculous.
Without knowing exactly how much everything costs
No,
and
I'm
knowing
just
how much
saying,
15% actually
I'm just
is.
saying
Yes, it's
that
ridiculous.
There's all this fucking... Dude, there's evidence of scams. You
Oh,
want
I
to talk about some
believe that.
scams?
I believe
We
that.
can talk about some scams going
Eddie,
on.
okay, I'm sure there's
It's out in
scams.
the open.
I'm sure there's scams. I'm sure
Think-
there's a
you
lot.
ever- you ever think how much
There's a
money
lot
you
of
would save,
scams.
Joe?
It's our money. They're scamming. That should be our number one priority.
I think it's mismanagement as much as it
It's
is
like,
anything.
oh no, it's a bunch
Yeah,
of tax
it's
money.
crazy.
Who cares? There's people looking after it.
Okay.
That we should find out who the fuck is monitoring all that shit. It just seems like tax money. There's like
That's
$1
a good
billion
point. You should
over
have to
their
have,
aid,
like,
$1 billion
a
over
list.
to that country aid. They kick back $500 million into fucking foundations, and that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, Eddie, we know. You're right.
We're being
You're right.
scammed.
Like there should be a way that you could get like an account of all the money
For sure.
where
That
it
should be
goes,
number one.
and then that should be all counted, and everyone
be
should
number
know that
one.
all the money's accounted for. It's
You
not.
you can't be able to.
You ever
Shop
think about how
your
much
thoughts?
you ever
But
think
they've
how
been
much
doing
money
it
you
for
would
decades.
save moving to
Look at
Texas
all
or
these-
Florida?
Look at all these politicians that are multimillionaires.
Yes, I
don't
do,
wanna
Brendan
say-
Schaub. I do think about
Are
that.
you aware? Are you
You
aware?
pay a good amount to live. You pay for what you get.
Are you aware that there's politicians out there that are worth like 50 million and 100 million?
Isn't Nancy Pelosi worth like
I don't know. I didn't
They
say
all
no
have to.
names.
They all
I
have to
didn't
be
say no
worth a
names.
shitload to run.
How is that
That's the game.
possible? How is that possible?
Well, maybe they got into business like Bloomberg before they got
Yeah,
into
but that's
politics.
the game.
But if they made the money
What do
while
you
they're in
think,
politics,
though?
that's fucking
But
sneaky
what do
as
you
shit.
think?
Sketchy
What do you
as fuck.
think?
Well,
What
a
do you
lot of
think?
them, like Obama. Obama became rich after he left office. That's when he became
shit.
truly wealthy.
Well,
from all
what's
the
What's the
speeches.
scams going on?
What's
Lot
the
of
salary?
scams
But that's a
going
different.
on.
That's not a tax scam.
You know what?
But hold on.
A lot of
hold
book
on.
deals being written,
Eddie,
too.
come on. You got to let other people talk. It's not a tax scam. That's a scam where he's getting paid to talk to bankers
Correct.
and all these different people, and they paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars for all these fucking speeches.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
It's
You're
very
right. You're right.
scammy.
That's a different scam.
It's very scammy, but it's not.
That was the wrong scam. I'm sorry.
But you were talking about taxes.
No,
specifically.
okay. I'm sorry. I was all on the tax thing, but you're right. Different scam. My bad.
I'm agreeing
Still a
with you.
scam. Still a scam.
Oh,
But
listen,
go
that's
ahead.
the Clinton Foundation. It's a scam.
It's still a
too.
scam. I
All
don't
those
care.
things are scams.
But what, the
When you
salary
get
in the White
paid
House is
to
400.
talk-
Is it 400 now?
It's probably like that, but Trump doesn't take any of it. He's like, you can keep it.
He said this
It's like,
place. He said this place is a dump.
I'll take this on the long con. I'll take
He said
some
this
long
place
money.
is a dump, man.
Yeah, he'll take that long money.
It's a long game, dog.
Yeah. But not only that, he
They're
has
so
enough
after
money.
Trump.
He didn't have to do
They're
it.
so after
He,
him.
he's
He didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
They keep the.
He's gonna do Apprentice
They're
too
going
again.
after him.
Is he gonna
They
do
go,
it?
Must
I bet. Once he
destroy
gets out?
Trump. Must
Okay.
destroy
All right, let's
Trump.
end this.